sports fans, and welcome back to Warriors Den, though we're not really in the typical den right now. My lovely fiance Carrie is making her debut to the channel tonight. This is going to be kind of a special edition, I guess, but it's going to be kicking off the soccer side of my channel with what I'm going to be calling Set Piece. So it's going to kind of be my soccer side podcast, so I was continuing to expand out. I figured this would be the perfect time to do so as we're getting ready for the 2020 MLS Cup final between the Seattle Sounders and Columbus Crew tomorrow, which is December 12th. Recording this video the night before. So what better time to get this kicked off than now? So we're gonna kind of do some quick analysis of this game coming up tomorrow. I think we're both pretty excited for this after that thrilling Western Conference final victory over Minnesota on Monday night. That was something else. So we'll see if the Sounders can use that momentum and take it into the final tomorrow and get that repeat and officially cement, in my opinion, cement themselves as a dynasty in the MLS. So I think we'll get started kind of looking at Columbus first. So one thing I think is most prominent about the Columbus Crew is their defense. They have a very stout defense and just defensive backfield. The stat here is they only allowed 23 goals through 26 games this year. That's including playoffs. So that's a pretty staggering number. So the Sounders, they probably, I would say, they have the best front probably in the MLS, and the big three between Morris, Ruidiaz, and Ladero. They could be able to break through it, but it's going to be a challenge for sure. What do you think?
Yeah, I think their defense is very good. You included the playoffs, and because I have conceded 21 regular season goals in 23 matches, so their defense is very good and could shut down our big three, but hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not. Now, granted, I know this is good for the Sounders, but overall, for the overall kind of, I guess you say, the integrity of the match, Columbus is not going to have Nagbe or Santos, so that's going to be a big loss for them in that midfield there. I can already kind of see the excuses coming if the Sounders do win, but even still, it's going to be a challenge for the Sounders, even without those two playing for the Crew. And the biggest thing I'm looking forward to with this game, though, is just kind of the mind games and the chess match that's going to be going on between the two coaches and Caleb Porter and Brian Schmetzer. I mean, these are two guys that really lean heavy on tactics and are some the best strategizing coaches in MLS, I feel. So what do you have about that?
Just going off of Caleb Porter, because he was the former head coach of Portland Timbers. Yeah, as a Seattle fan, we hate the Timbers up here. Inside joke over there. So he's very familiar with Seattle. He knows Seattle's tactics. He knows how to compete against Seattle. So that could be a big advantage for him. But little fun fact. So in 2015, when Caleb Porter was coaching Portland, they went to the MLS Cup, boo, and then they actually went to Columbus, and so the Columbus was, the home team, and they actually won. Portland won in Columbus, so Caleb Porter is essentially looking to win in the same location with two different teams, with Portland and Columbus. Hopefully that won't happen.
Hopefully not.
So, because we want to rub it into Portland's face and rub it into Caleb Porter's face, saying that we're a better team and Schmetzer is the better coach.
Yep.
So,
hopefully Schmetz time continues tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So for Columbus, even though they do have a stout defense, something I kind of seem to have learned about them is that they do give up shots, though. They gave up 11.6 shots. All right. Excuse the technical glitch there. Anyway, so where was I? So I was talking about Columbus and how they are susceptible to give up shots. As I said, they've been giving up 11.6 shots per match. So there's going to be opportunity for Seattle there. I feel like they're the big three up front. They could find opportunity, maybe even Roldan, Christian Roldan, and João Paulo could find some opportunities as well. So they can have their chances. Sounders are usually good at creating opportunity for themselves. I feel like Monday night, even though they were down 2-0 most of that game, they were pressing a lot and they were giving themselves plenty of opportunity. So as long as they can do it again against Columbus, they could find those chances and hopefully send one or two into the back of the net. Now Columbus, as far as their offense goes, I mean, this goes without saying. We have got to mark Zardes at all times. That dude is dangerous. Like, I'd probably put him right behind Raul Ruidiaz as far as being one of the most dangerous strikers in the league. So, what do you have on that?
So, just jumping off, going off that, Zardes doesn't do anything spectacular. He doesn't make the most spectacular plays. But if he's in the right place at the right time, he's dangerous. I would say he's
kind of like a Zlatan Ibrahimovic in that way. He doesn't do much,
or I was going to say Will Bruin. Bruin, he's not the fastest. He's not the best guy. But if you give him give him dangerous opportunities, he will score. So
right place, right time.
So Seattle defense needs to contain him and be in front of him at all times, know where he is on the field, where is he moving. It's like a chess match. Where is he going to be next? Where you got to anticipate where he's going to be at all times. And whoever is marking him up, whether it's O'Neal or Alex Roldan at the right mid or right defense, right fullback, or Nuhu, they got to stay on him. They got to, as a former defender, you got to stay on those. You got to stay on those players, on those dangerous players. So,
yeah, and I mean, outside of Zardes, Colorado's attack, Columbus's Colorado. Columbus's attack. As I said, we're recording this kind of at night, so. Anyways, Columbus's attack. They're not really a team that I feel like presses too much. I feel like they kind of let the game come to them more. So they don't really look kind of like the Sounders. I feel like they play a lot into counterattacks, and that's when they're really the most dangerous, is when they're counterattacking. With Columbus, I feel like they really just try to set things up more and just let the game come to them rather than be more aggressive and press. So even though they do that, they do find their ways though to create pressure. So like saying our defensive backfield, they're going to have to be ready in those situations because this is a game. I feel like, I know in soccer you say time possession really doesn't matter, and this could be one of those where I feel like Columbus could end up maybe dominating time possession because I think that's just the kind of game they play. So we're just going to have to be ready to just, squash those opportunities. Just like we said, make sure we're marking Zardes, make sure we're just stay on the ball, and sure Fry's gonna have to make a couple amazing saves as he usually does. But yeah, just got to make sure we just mark those key players and don't give them too many opportunities to get any shots on goal. So now for the Sounders side, if you want to start us off with the Sounders side.
Well, obviously we have the big three. We have Morris, Ladero, Ruidiaz. And I have to say, if Morris just takes a shot, just shoot the ball at the goal instead of dancing around or passing it off to somebody.
Take the shot on the first touch, too.
On the first shot. If he can do that, he can be very dangerous because that dude has some very good chippers. He likes to chip the ball, and he's proven that he chips very well.
Likes to fall down while scoring, too.
Yeah, so look for, if he falls down, he's scoring.
Likely a goal.
Yeah. So I think he needs to, just take the shot. First, when he gets the ball, just take it. Maybe take one or two touches, but just take the shot. I'm emphasizing that because he's just been driving us Seattle fans for
kind of
many games. He's been doing that. But then another thing on Morris is hopefully his speed can wear down Columbus's defense because he's very, very
especially
fast.
with no Nagby there or Santos to help
so
out that defense.
That would help. That Nagby not being there will help Morris make those counters and make his attack.
Yeah.
And so I feel like Jordan. I don't know if Columbus will catch up to Morris's speed.
It's kind of hard to catch up to Morris in his speed.
So just watch out for that. And yeah, anything else?
Just like everything you said. Back in March, these two teams play. I think this is kind of an interesting thing. This was the last game the Sounders played back in March before everything got shut down. Now it's going to be the last game to play of the season against Columbus, which that game back in March, that was a pretty entertaining 1-1 draw. Could have been a 1-0 loss for Sounders, but thankfully, like late in the game, Nuhu drew a penalty. Ruidíaz got 2 opportunities to get the penalty and got it on the second one. So it was a 1-1 draw. I think Zardes did score in that, didn't he? It was either Zardes or Nagy. One of them scored in that one. But the biggest thing, though, in that March game is back then, Nico was dealing with, what was it, a hamstring, I think?
So,
some injury, so he hadn't been playing. And so there was no Nico back then in March against Columbus, which is honestly, the Sounders are a completely different team, I feel like, without Nico there in mid.
Sure.
So that's going to be a huge advantage this time around, especially with, again, Columbus not having Nagby there in their mid. And then also, João Paulo was still relatively new to the club, and so he was still kind of getting his feet wet. And so I feel like now that he's more settled in here, he's more comfortable, and obviously gelling with Nico there in the middle as well has really proven to be like a huge catalyst for the Sounders and them getting back on track this year. For me, the biggest key in this and what could be the biggest difference comes down to 2 players, and 2 players that have recently just been playing, to me, amazing and deserve more playing time in the coming seasons as well. So that's Nuhu and Alex Roldan. I feel like they really have risen to the occasion lately and really have been showing some great improvement. So I think those 2 could really end up being key difference makers in this game, especially this Alex Roldan. He's had some beautiful crosses and passes in the box. Some that, Jordan Morris could have maybe scored on, but again, just take the shot, Morris. But yeah, so I think in championship games like this, you're always focusing on like the big names. So like we're focusing on Zardes, Ruidíaz, Ladero, all those guys, but it's the little guys like Nuhu and Roldan that could come up big. Like last year, I mean, the first goal in last year's MLS Cup came from Leerdam, right? Leerdam, and I don't think anybody expected that.
No.
So this is where like the little guys get a shine. And since it's just one game for all the marbles, it makes a huge impact. So it would be awesome if Nuhu, I know us out here in Seattle, we're really clamoring for Nuhu to get a goal. It'd be amazing if that could happen in the MLS Cup. I think Seattle would just explode.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you have anything else you want to say about the Sounders?
I just want to say, watch out for the subs coming off the bench. We call that Smetzer magic because that dude, I don't know how, but he knows how to put in the players that can be game makers. Let's look at the conference final.
Bruin scores like 2 minutes after he comes on.
Bruin comes in,
Svensson
scores
the winning goal.
Yeah, so I feel like the subs, if we're down, hopefully we're not down too much, the subs can be being big playmakers. You never, just watch out for Smetzer magic because it's magical. And then obviously the Fry, he needs to make the big saves, and he's always had a big save in every other MLS Cup.
I can remember the one last year early in the game.
Every other game, and so just, I know he can do it, and but don't put too much pressure on Fry. Don't rely on Fry too much in the backfield because it could backfire on us big time. And then the last thing is set pieces. I feel like
not just the name of the show.
Not just the name of the show, but I feel like the Sounders' Achilles heel is set pieces.
Yep, definitely.
Like, if we didn't do those stupid...
Does that go more to our marking, or does that go to Fry, or both?
I don't know. But if you look at back the last game with...
Both their goals came off set pieces.
Minnesota Young, both their goals came off of set pieces, and they scored. And so we either need to mark up better or not do the stupid fouls right near our goal. So, and with Zardes and other big name players in Columbus, they will take advantage of our
for sure.
set pieces. So that's what I have on the Sounders.
All right, so I guess before we go, it's prediction time. So what's your prediction for the MLS Cup final?
My prediction is 3-1 Sounders. And I'm saying that the Sounders will score first. And I'm going to predict that either all the big three will score, or one or two of the big three will score, and then an unknown, like a new who, maybe Alex Roldan.
Christian Roldan's due for a goal.
Who knows? Who will score? But I'm saying either the big three or one or two of the big three, and then an unknown. A big guy. We're talking about big people small people coming up in big plays. And then I'm going to say the goal that Columbus has,
You're doing the same thing you did last year for your predictions.
Yes, the goal that Columbus, concedes is coming off a set piece, because, the Sounders' Achilles heel is set pieces, so why not?
Well, what I personally wouldn't mind, I mean, she hates me for this, and I guess I'm a sick person, but I love penalty kick shootouts. I remember when I first started watching soccer back in 2006 with the World Cup, I have got Italian background, so I'm an Italian fan. I remember watching that 2006 World Cup final going to PKs and Italy won. I was like, my 12-year-old self was like, wow, I love this. And ever since then, I just loved PKs. So call me a psychotic person for that, but I don't know. I love penalty kick shootouts. That being said, Stephen Fry sucks at penalty kick shootout, so I'd probably prefer didn't get to that. I'm saying 2-1 Sounders. I'm saying that Columbus scores first. I think they strike first, and the Sounders, I think, could be similar to the Western Conference Final. They don't get that equalizing goal until late in the match, maybe close to stoppage time, and it goes to extra time. I do think this will go to extra time, and in that extra time period, the Sounders will find that clinching game-winning goal to win their third MLS Cup and officially cement themselves as a dynasty. I'll even say I think it'll be João Paulo actually. João Paulo will get the winning goal in extra time, and Sounders will win 2-1 and bring home another MLS Cup title. It's been one crazy year, so enjoy. Yeah, Portland, for all you Portland fans out there, hope you're enjoying your cheap little MLS's back trophy. We'll take a third MLS Cup trophy. Thank you very much.
We're gonna have the bigger trophy. Yep. And people will care about the MLS Cup than your puny little
cheap Dollar Tree trophy
from whatever tournament you guys played in.
All right, so there you have it. It's the first episode of Set Piece, and so hopefully the Sounders can get this done tomorrow. It would suck to get this close and not finish the job again after that happened in 2017. So hopefully this time they can get it done and repeat. And as I've been saying, I feel like that would officially cement themselves as a dynasty in MLS. Probably be the first one since the Galaxy, because the Galaxy's only the other team, the last team to have
2011,
repeated.
2012.
Yep. So let's get it done tomorrow, Sounders. So thank you for watching. Please like and share the video, hit the subscribe button, and go Sounders!